Hello guys, my name is Vishnu Venkatesubramuni and I'm your host for Muni-Muni Labs. So today I'm bringing you a really interesting topic. I'm going to talk about my personal success. And I am a college student and I'm truly working towards becoming a better college student. And on that journey, there was one habit that I really needed to cut down on, and that was my TV addiction. And I watched a lot of TV. For me, my whole idea was I would study, and then the moment it hit 9 o'clock, 9 p.m., then I would begin to watch TV, Netflix, Amazon Prime. And my parents were also people who watch TV, so it was something that was passed on, and for me, it was kind of like a family time, a family tradition. But the reality was, over time, I began to realize that my addiction with TV was really, really consuming me, consuming my life. It was hindering towards the goals that I wanted to achieve, and more importantly, it was affecting my health. Because I used to watch TV from 9 p.m. to 12 p.m. And by that time, I had a severe dry eye syndrome. And no matter how dry my eyes were, I would push myself because I was so addicted to watch that last show, watch that last episode, that I would constantly see it. And then I would go to bed, put in two or three eye drops, and still it wouldn't help. But I would still continue the cycle of constantly affecting my eyes, constantly affecting my health, and then eventually constantly affecting my whole overall life outlook and the health of my life and the success that would lead to me. And then I would wake up the next morning not having enough energy to do what I wanted to do. So today I'm going to talk about how the moment I stopped watching TV, I was able to gain a lot more success. I was able to gain a lot more clarity, and I was able to understand how to move on in my life and how to use things that weren't just TV or weren't just something on a screen. So I'm going to share this through multiple sources here. There's number one is Michael D. Pollock's blog. I really love this article that he's written, How I Overcame TV Addiction, Reclaim My Life, and Gained 2 months per year. I'm also going to talk about this debatewise.org. So you can get both perspectives, right? You can get the yes perspective, you can get the no perspective, and this is with reality shows. And the reason I chose reality shows is because I was addicted to reality shows, and I'm pretty sure many people out there are also addicted to reality shows. And then a fun infographic, which kind of got me onto this journey, got me thinking about why should I pursue this. And these are two books that was linked in the Michael D. Pollock's blog, and I'm thinking of reading them, and I thought might as well share it with you guys as well. So let me just talk about this article. This article was absolutely amazing article, right? Reading this article was really life changing, and the main thing that was life changing in this article was the way he adds up and he shows how much time we waste in watching TV. He talks about here 6 hours per day adds up to 2,190 hours over the course of a year, which equates to 91 days, 3 months per year. Sitting in front of television, hypnotized, and that's what I was. I was hypnotized, and this really builds up. The time builds up, and here's a quote that he talks about. And its easy provision of relaxation and escape, television can be beneficial in limited doses. Yet when the habit interferes with the ability to grow, to learn new things, to lead an active life, and then it does constitute a kind of dependence and should be taken seriously. And that's exactly what was happening with me. And if we move on in the article, he talks about his first steps on my journey to recovery, right? And he talks about he had to ask himself this question. This Aline Schaefer. This is a really quote, and this quote truly changed my life, and I think it will change yours because it truly makes you question what is the place, what does TV hold in your life, and is it really affecting you? Is it really helping you in the future? Where do you see yourself in 5 years, 1 year, 1 week, or 1 day? This can be a difficult question to answer, but it is imperative that you hold a vision for your life. Without vision, your life shifts into idle. When you have an idea or a vision for what you want to manifest in life, when the wheels are set in motion, it's as if you've shifted out of park and into the fast forward. All your thinking, creativity, activity, passive energy begins to consciously and unconsciously direct itself towards that which you want to create. It's really quite simple. Without a vision, nothing happens. There's nowhere to direct your thoughts and energy. Without a vision, growth and movement comes to a halt. With vision, life becomes a course of ongoing expansion, opening doors to infinite possibility. When you read this quote, you're like, yeah, that's who I want to be. I want to be like Ellen. But the reality is, to pursue this vision, You have to see what role does TV play in that vision. And when you really look into it, you realize it has absolutely no role in helping your vision. It rather detracts from your vision. And he talks about this, right? Um, he talks about this in multiple steps. Number one, monitor and track how much time you waste on TV, right? Number two, develop a sense of purpose and mission for your life, just like the quote in Ellen. And number three, realize that television is stealing your life. And this is the quote that I wanted to say just a few minutes ago. Every single hour of television watched after the age of 25 reduces the viewer's life expectancy by 21.8 minutes. And if you think about it, that's pretty profound. Because if you really you focus your idea on what Ellen said. You have a vision, you have a goal. That's what gives you expansion. That's what gives you life, right? When you are spending time on television, you're detracting. And here he's given a specific statistic, 21.8 minutes for every single hour of television that you could have spent on your vision, that you could have spent on your life, right? And there are a lot of alternatives to watching television. People have a lot of different perspectives. People have a lot of different visions that they want to pursue. Some want to do personal development classes. Some want to outdoors and hike. Some want to start online business. Some want to be more connecting with friends and people. And this is extremely, extremely important. And I absolutely love this article. This is the end of the article. And I just wanted to say that Michael D. Pollack's article is really amazing. And it truly changed my life. And I've been practicing not watching television or watching a very limited amount of television so that it doesn't detract from my vision of eventually becoming a doctor and eventually becoming an entrepreneur, a long-term dividend investor. So these are all goals of a whole balanced life that I want to pursue. And TV just doesn't play a role in it. So let's go to here. We're talking about reality television. I wanted to get into it, and people who really like reality television, they can probably take another look at it. Because for me, I was trying to justify myself. I was like, okay, you know what? Fiction movies, those are not real. But reality television, no, that's real. So I would justify myself, and I would say, yeah, I'm making good use of my time. I'm actually learning things in real life. And a lot of shows that I used to watch was like Property Brothers and Jonathan and Drew Scott, and how they talked about their renovations and stuff. And it was a really good show. I'm not gonna lie, I still love it, and it's hard for me to say anything bad about it. But the reality was, I wasn't the one there, right? I wasn't the one flipping the houses. I wasn't the one inspiring people. I wasn't the one talking to agents on a one-on-one basis. I was the one watching the television. Therefore, it showed me something profound, and I think that this is going to change your life too. It showed me that in that moment, I made myself a promise, right? Unless I go onto the TV, unless I'm the person on the television, I'm not going to watch television anymore. And that kind of promise changed my life because when you're watching TV, when you're watching reality TV and you're watching, oh wow, look at what he's done, what you're doing is you're ridding yourself of that same opportunity. That person has achieved success. That person has achieved success to come on television and be able to communicate people. But all that minutes that you're spending watching that person, you're not spending that on yourself to get that same success. So that's just my story. That's my debate wise. If I had to put in my idea or my argument, I would say that. So here they talked about yes or no, and I'll just read it out to you guys. Reality shows are bad, lazy television. They mostly show ordinary people with no special talents doing very little. If they have to sing or dance, they do it badly, which doesn't make for good entertainment. TV bosses like them because they are cheap compared to putting out shows with proper scripts, actors, musicians, even if they are popular. That doesn't make them good programs. It just means that some people who have no taste and will watch any old rubbish. Broadcasters should be aiming at excellence, giving their viewers quality programs that expand their cultural horizons. Now, I don't really agree with this. I feel like most reality shows do, in essence, have some amount of reality attached to them. And the reality is, if they're just going to be like normal humans, we're not going to watch it. They're going to be people who are very expressive, who fit the TV stereotype. But the reality is, for me, yes, reality shows is, for me, all I would consider the reason you should watch a reality show or even watch a little small amount is to be inspired by those people, to be on that television one day rather than to be on the couch watching that person. No, because programs are very popular with audiences of all ages and types. They may not be high culture, but most people do not want that from television. Most viewers want to be entertained and escape for a while from the worries and boredom of everyday life. There's no harm in giving people what they want. That's what free market is all about. Reality shows are also popular because they exploit new technology so that millions of people can participate in programs, typically by voting. So this kind of agrees with my views. It talks about how reality shows just give what people want, right? You want to be either that star, the property flipper and renovating houses, or you want to be that star cook. But you just don't have the discipline, you don't have the courage to do it yourself. So you fulfill your dream by watching another person. And here they say about entertainment and television, but for me, it's so much more than that. Reality shows um, can serve as an inspiration, but shouldn't detract you from your vision. So this is what I wanted to share this small thing here. This is what really got me onto this thing where I was scrolling through Instagram, right? And I saw this Lamborghini doesn't advertise because people who can afford it aren't sitting in front of a TV. And that's when I really realized that if I want to achieve my dreams, right? If I want to, I don't want to necessarily achieve wealth, but I understand what this thing is saying. It's saying to be successful in what you do, you're going to have to make sacrifices, and that sacrifices are towards your goal. That is towards your vision, and that's something that you have to be willing to sacrifice. And people who own Lamborghinis, or for me, Lamborghinis are just an idea of success, which it could be health, it could be wealth, just success in what you do. You're going to have to make those sacrifices, and you're going to have to work until that point, either when you're that person on the television, which means you've achieved some amount of success, and you're able to inspire others. And that's the point that you want to really achieve. And these are two books that I noticed in the Michael D. Pollock's blog. He talks about he just links the 7 Habits of Highly Effective People, Powerful Lessons in Personal Change. I really want to look at this book and take a look at it. And Willpower Instinct, how self-control works, why it matters, and what can you do to get more out of it. And this is also something that's really piquing my interest, and I want to look into it as well. So that's it for today, guys. I just wanted to talk about this. I wanted to talk about my TV addiction and how it's changing me. And I wanted to share it with you guys so that you guys can also be inspired by it and maybe try to implement these changes in your life and get towards that success, that goal that you're always thinking about. So thank you. That's it for today, guys. If you don't mind, please hit a thumbs up button. That really helps us small YouTubers. And don't forget to subscribe. Thank you.